YouTube, what to do, man? It's your boy Benji, and we are back balling. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. Look, I think it's only right that we talk about it. It's something that's been plaguing the internet, and it was a huge weekend of 1v1s from Baller's Life and OTD, and the main event was Isaiah Briscoe versus Nas. So, peep, there's some clips of it on TikTok. At the end of the day, a lot of people are upset because the game ended ridiculously. I'm pretty sure this game went on for over an hour. Real life, they're playing 1v1 to 30. This was crazy. It ended in a really, really questionable call, and it's essentially Isaiah Briscoe just quitting, leaving the game. We're going to hear some people react to it, and we're going to check out the clips. Let's get into it, man. So we got a take here by Briscoe, start off the game. All right, good shot. Originally, going into the game, I believe that Briscoe should have held the upper hand because he is somebody who should be actively hooping. And looks like 1v1 was his forte. But Nas understands this space, understands how to work around playing with the referees, understands how to work with playing with the crowds, understands how to utilize momentum in 1v1s, use the timeouts. He gets this format a lot better than just rolling the ball out there and playing one-on-one. So I thought this could be potentially a good game. At the end of the day, Briscoe is a pro, but so is Nas. They both played the big three. Briscoe's playing semi-pro. I'm sorry, Nas is playing semi-pro. They both had the ability to go out there and hoop. Now, pretty much after the first 2 points of the game, it got funky. Dude started hacking, and it was physical. For some strange reason, there's 10 million people on the court. I understand that this is supposed to be a big game. It was in New Jersey, I believe, maybe New York. It's in Gauchos. If anybody's been a long-term fan of basketball, you've probably seen some of these clips. Yo, look at the freaking crowd after Nas makes a basket. This gym right here, from an old mixtape. Briscoe been there for years. This is high school Briscoe. This is his vibe, high school. People love him. Early in the game, man, it got real bad. Nas was locked in, man. He wasn't complaining. He was doing a little bit of talking here and there. But for the most part, he just kept it moving, man. Because you know how Nas can get on the mic. Nas can get real disrespectful. He can get real crazy. But he was getting after it, man. Really early. It looked like he had a obvious point to make and a point to prove. And Briscoe was quiet. Now, going into this, there was conversations of the two of them sitting next to each other. But Briscoe said he did not belong on the court with somebody like Nas. He was above this. And you look at the score right now, I mean, it didn't look like the game that Briscoe said it was going to be. I mean, but it looked honestly really easy, like early for Nas. I mean, Briscoe wasn't really getting into no bag that he thought he was going to have. I mean, he said that he was willing to play with 3 dribbles because he didn't need 4 dribbles. He didn't even need 3 dribbles. So they were playing by his rules. They were betting Briscoe's amount of money in Briscoe City. And that's where you saw things started to go left. Free throws. I don't know what was going on. He had the upper hand early when it came to the way that the refs were calling the game. Now, I'm not mad at them for calling it like this because at the end of the day, again, it's Briscoe City. And Nas is an extremely physical player. And he gets away with beating a lot of these guys one-on-one because, what? He's extremely physical. A lot of the commentary going into these games is just that. Oh, they're going to be able to handle Nas being extremely physical. And most people can't. Because, like I've always talked about on this game, on this channel, man, it's about being able to play into the physicality. Most people aren't ready for that. So Nas is able to bump people off of their path and so they can't take straight line drives, and it gives him the advantage defensively. He's able to, use his forearm shiver, hand check. He's able to do all that stuff. They typically don't call him one-on-one. I ain't gonna lie though. Nas was cooking early. Look at the score. Early. But y'all see it. Look at the score, dude. More and more people getting closer and closer and more flooded and crowded on the court. Where's people coming from? At this point, I was looking at the game and I was like, man, where's security? Where's security? There's no way that they have enough security that can handle the amount of people on the court. In real time, bro, watching this, it was ridiculous, bro. Every 5 seconds they had to stop. And I know y'all witnessed the amount of times that Briscoe wiped his hands with a towel, bro. Briscoe started figuring it out, man. Started playing in order to get foul calls, which I'm not mad at. Hey, look, if they're going to foul you, they're going to foul you. But at a certain point in the game, it looked like he started to get a little bit of a whistle that didn't seem consistent to what Nas was getting. But you can tell this was the game, man. It looked like the pressure was completely on Nas to finish. But Briscoe started finding his way. And again, I'm not going to act like Nas wasn't fouling. I'm not going to act like Briscoe wasn't hooping. They both went out there to hoop. But it looked like the environment. Look at the court now. Look at the court. Look at the court. Look at the amount of people out there. The environment absolutely got out of control. Now, I mean, yes, you do love this because, I mean, it's always nice to have the type of support. But I'm hearing stories of hundreds of people not paying to get in. So there's literally people that played online in order to watch this game. There was people that paid in order to get into the door. People that paid even more money to get closer to the court. And then you have hundreds of people that just got in, supposedly, and didn't pay and stood on the court. But that's bad business because they're out there and supposedly weren't vetted by the security, weren't vetted by anybody that was checking tickets. What's going on? And I ain't gonna lie though, Briscoe did walk this dude down though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, free throws, foul calls, environment, I don't know. He was walking him down though. You shouldn't be able to do that, man. You shouldn't be able to have random dudes on the sideline just picking up the ball, holding the game up. You shouldn't be able to do that. That's ridiculous. And again, this dude has his personal towel holder every few seconds. He literally left the gym a couple times in the game to, I don't know what, get water, get a break. I don't know what was going on. But I have heard both portions of the argument. Nas, a lot of his content is about going to people's city, playing in places in which he's the underdog, and still hooping. Like, look at this, bro. People all on the court. This is crazy. But yeah, man. This is what and what's crazy is Briscoe missed 2 free throws too in the clutch. So I mean, this could have been bad. But again, Nas's stick is him going to different people's cities and walking your trap, taking over your trap. Taking over, man. Making them look bad in front of their people. Playing in these hostile environments. I'm sure he knew it was going to get bad, but I don't think he knew it was going to get like this. So this is essentially what ended the game. This was a controversial call. Where, look at the crowd now. Look at the crowd. You can't even shoot a three-pointer. You can't even shoot a three-pointer. How did this happen? They're not running the event right. Security not, you know what I'm saying, doing their job. I don't know what's going on. And real spill. So, all right. Briscoe squared up. Hey, watch out, y'all. Nas taps the ball out of his hands. And Briscoe's screaming, no. It's because somebody's on the side of the court or something like that. Look at another angle. Score is 29-28. Worst city and event ever. These people have zero professionalism. Then in the middle of the trenches, you going to pay for an event and ruin it too? Briscoe had 1,000 towel breaks. Crowd was always on the court. Too many fouls from both men. It's the worst game on the card. Me and Jersey trying to fight Davo towards the end of the game. Oh, dang, really? I didn't see that. Those towel breaks benefited Nas as well. True. They playing for $15,000. I'm complaining and quitting too piling. You're not going to lie. So supposedly Briscoe was mad because the people were on the court and he wasn't paying attention because there were people on the court. Some arguments say that he was saying that somebody knocked it out of his hands. At the end of the day, it shouldn't have been a situation where it is that close to even fall victim to something like that. If they playing for so much money, if this is a main event card, at the end of the day, this is not Briscoe's space. Yes, he was willing to accept the challenge. He was willing to play. And same thing, Nas was willing to accept the challenge. He was willing to play. Shout out to Ball's Life and OTD for even getting to run this event. But it shouldn't get to that point where a game of this magnitude in the 1v1 space that we're trying to see grow, because it's another avenue for basketball, a lot of eyes are on this event. It shouldn't get to the place where it's just bad and it comes down to a decision like this. At the end of the day, Briscoe, win, lose, he's got a contract to go play somewhere. And I'm sure in a month, few weeks, who knows, right? China, overseas, somewhere, right? You can't have this game not end. And it can't come down to something like this. You can't be in a situation like this that it comes down to something like this. But it shouldn't have never gotten to this situation because apparently people were threatening the referees. I mean, you can see how quickly that crowd of people started squeezing on that court. If you're a ref, how am I going to get out of here? Like, it's so crowded that if somebody didn't like the call, somebody could have just the referee. And, like, it is what it is, right? They shouldn't be able to be that close to the court. You shouldn't be able to have somebody influence the game like this. It is obvious and apparent that they were allowing this. I think we were watching a next chapter game or something like that, where somebody just kept running to the sideline. And I think it was, we were watching a Pat game. And Pat kept running to the sideline because he was sick or whatever the case may be. And they were like, all right, man, tech. And you know what I'm saying? Shoot a free throw, delay the game. It is what it is. Like, in that situation where somebody was actually vehemently sick, nauseous, throwing up. Somebody can't run to the sideline every 5 seconds, go get towel breaks, go get water, walk off the court. You can't do that. Hey, tech, you got to get control of the game as a referee, but I can understand it. May feel intimidated. At the end of the day, it should have never got to this position where it was 29-28 and people crowding the court. It should have never got there. Referees got to call the game fairly. There's got to be some kind of crowd control. There's so much that went on that was just wonky. I couldn't believe how long this game took when it was maybe 5 points away for the win. And I get it if they just hooping. But we're not even getting that. We're getting people take timeout breaks, people wiping their hands on towels, people walking out the gym, water, people trying to control the crowd. It's just ridiculous, man. But, hey, look, lesson learned. At the end of the day, we're probably going to look at this for the future. And everybody else, next chapter, all these other companies that are trying to emulate this can see what happened and move accordingly. We didn't get to this point.
Moms raised some bitches.
Briscoe, oh my gosh.
Every call, Briscoe was getting that belt. And it's like y'all just decided that you were, like, no matter what, you weren't leaving there with your city taking an L. The dude who jumped and blocked the shot after the foul call, that sums it up. That's what the crowd was doing. Y'all boy was getting that belt. And y'all couldn't take it. So I'm talking grown men pressing the ref, acting like they're going to hurt the ref. And whole time, Briscoe was getting the massive majority of the calls. Like, for a minute, it was like, damn, who paid the ref for Briscoe? And then we're going to end the game over a clear steal. He clearly poked the ball out. But Briscoe sat down, crossed his arms like a fucking baby because he want that call overturned, because you want to posture at the crowd talking about back up. Mind you, Nas is playing in the same exact place as you. And the crowd is hostile against him. Never not once did he stop protecting the ball to tell somebody to back up. And what's crazy is, since y'all shouldn't even be on the same court, you should have just accepted the challenge after he poked the ball and got a stop. And then scored and won.
Number one, who the fuck owns that event?
Sorry for preventing.
Why was niggas able to run onto the court? I understand the trench vibe. It's like, yo, we in the trench. That's the vibe. Niggas running up, cool. Once it get out of hand, nah, bro. Y'all need a tightrope. And when niggas come past that tightrope, get the fuck out. Super unprofessional, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a bean. That shit was cheating on like, for Nas, on Nas, like, type time. But I'm pretty sure it was sometimes Briscoe wanted them to fuck off the court, too. Get the fuck off the court. No bullshit, that shit had me teed. Another thing, correct me if I'm wrong. I asked my man, I said, bro, how many timeouts do niggas get? Briscoe had 55 timeouts. It was possession, timeout, possession, timeout, possession, timeout. Niggas got to catch their breath every possession. I feel like that fucked up the momentum. It made the game super slow. It had niggas at home live watching for 40 fucking hours. That shit is cheating, bro. I feel like that was cheating against Nas. And I'm blaming Briscoe because it was during his possessions that the breaks happened. The play stop, whistle was called. He went up for a layup. A nigga went and jumped and took it into his own hands. Not Briscoe. Nas went to do the layup, and a nigga who was not Briscoe came from out the crowd and smacked it. I said, bro, these Jersey niggas tripping.
I'm telling y'all, bro, it's timeouts the whole time. They said TNC would never let this happen. Man, oh my goodness. The whole influencer BS is ruining all sports. Oh, no.
But that's your fault for checking the ball, dumb fuck. It's that simple, bro. Like, don't check the ball if you're not ready, bro.
Just needs a lot more control, and everybody's going to learn from this moment. Unfortunately, this could mean a thing or two for bigger opponents coming out. Like, I'm sure plenty of NBA guys want to come check out the platform. Plenty of people want to contribute, but it's got to get to a point where it's a little bit more controlled. Obviously, you love the crowd engagement. You love people, jumping in and showing this type of support, but it has to be in a position where it doesn't affect the game. It doesn't affect the safety of the players. It doesn't affect the safety of the referees. That's the biggest thing. And again, you never even wanted to get to that position as to where it looks like there's a lot of home cooking, because one side is getting more favorable calls, more favorable timeouts, breaks. We shouldn't get that. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this game. If you was able to check it or check it out.